PJs, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe down below to become part of my PJ squad, which is always awesome. And it's always comment down below what you guys would like to see next, or if you just want to hop down there and say hello, I'll be answering as many comments as I can. So today I'm finally doing the much requested and long awaited SlimeByJacklyne review. So I have reviewed her in the past and I was not satisfied with her just products at all, just very mediocre stuff. But I know she revamped, not like recently, but a lot of people have said her slimes have been a lot better since then. But I wanted to see for myself, and I know you guys wanted me to see as well how she has been doing. So I will talk about her website really quickly. It was very interesting. So if you guys had seen the video of me reviewing her last time, you'll know that I had a very hard time traversing her website just because there seemed to be stuff everywhere. Like there wasn't really a designated spot for slimes. It was like a bunch of different categories, and it's like, oh my gosh, there was so much stuff. But this time, honestly, it was even worse because every single time someone put something in their cart, it would show that. So notifications would be popping up from the top like seconds after each other, so it was really hard to hit things because since it was at the top, I couldn't look at other sections of her website or something like that, if that makes sense. It was also really weird because usually it would only show if someone had, you know, purchased, to be like, oh, this person from this state has ordered or whatever. But it would say their name, their state, and their city that they're from, and that they just put it in their cart. So not only was it all the time, but people's like almost exact location was being shown, and I don't know if that makes me uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if it's just me or if you guys have the same feelings, but for me, it was just kind of very uncomfortable that I knew that anyone on the website knew the city that I lived in as well. And for me particularly, I live in a very small city. So it irks me the wrong way, I guess. But other than that, I did want to say she had like 36 slimes, and half of them were down priced because they had mixed, they had melted, stuff like that. It was a mess. Most of them didn't even have a description of what they were, what the scents were, the sizes. Really, I didn't see a lot on there, so it was all over the place. Some were like perfect and showed everything you wanted to know about the slime, and then others, it would show like nothing. So that was just kind of my thoughts on the website itself. I just personally think I'm happy for her that she has a bunch of brands and stuff, and she's like famous and whatever, but I think her slime shop as a whole is really suffering because of that, because she's really not paying attention to it, and she's just kind of making slimes on a whim, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to talk about that really quick before I actually talk about the slimes. So here are the extras. I got some borax and a business card, very simple, which is perfectly fine with me. I like this little thing that comes in, it's really cute. I do wish that the borax would be labeled just in case anything happens, you know, it can actually be labeled. Then onto the slimes. I will say none of them were bubble wrapped, as you could probably see when I was taking them out. It was very just kind of thrown in the package, which I don't personally like. Now, none of them cracked or leaked or anything like that, so that's great. But, you know, especially for a famous slime shop, you're kind of looking for someone who will take every precaution to make sure that nothing does break. So to see them just thrown in the package was a little, I don't know, it was really surprising, I should say. I opened it and I was like, wow, like it's not bubble wrapped or anything, but I would just, of course, recommend the bubble wrap. So I will say each of these are 6 ounces, but they come in 2 different containers. Like you guys know, I would recommend just doing one of the containers just to keep some consistency with them. I'm not sure if maybe she changed halfway in between or something like that. But there's 2 different containers. They all have her logo on the top. Some of them are bigger than others, and some are more messed up, while these are a little more tight. So starting off with Electric Peaches, this was one of the ones that was discounted because of melting, but it did intrigue me just because of how bright it is. Like you can see it coming off on my hand, so I love that. And I did want to say, like, another reason I got it is because not a lot of people do peach slimes, so I really wanted to try one out because I haven't seen a lot of them. So for you guys, it's a split second later, but for me, it was like 15 minutes. I finally got this activated. I tried to show you guys that it was like pretty much just completely glue. It was a sticky mess. So this is pretty much that outcome. I will review it now just because I've been playing with it, but I promise I'll show you guys ASMR after I'm talking. This is just pretty much just a clear slime with some kind of neon pigment. I'm assuming it's a really beautiful color. I know that my camera doesn't really pick it up very well, but I promise it is very neon. I love the scent. It smells like peach gum kind of, and I think it's just peach scents, but it sort of smells like a porta potty to me. I know that's like what got me started on the random scents that I smell, but it does kind of smell like that. But like I've said, I don't really mind that smell as long as it's clean. But it smells really good. I do enjoy it, and I think once this finally clears again, I will thoroughly enjoy it a lot more. So I will give this one a 5 out of 5 pajamas, but I would, if I can recommend anything, it would be to make like smaller batches. Yeah, you might sell out, but I think that would make your slimes more desirable, and that way a lot more people would buy it, and then you don't have to deal with the melty pollen, because it does suck, especially if you have to send it out when it's completely goop like this. The next slime I'm reviewing is Ooops All Berries. So for this slime, I tried to show you guys like the process of trying to activate them, because it gets like into a sticky mess. So I hope you guys understand, like it gets sticky, like it's not fun. But this one wasn't as bad as the last one, I will say that. It was definitely like 5% activated, but it made a huge difference, so I am so glad for that. But anyways, this is a pretty nice slime. I think it's just a school glue base, because it does have some like type of jiggle to it when you like do that. But then it's filled with a bunch of different beads to represent the berries, like in that Captain Crunch All Berries cereal. That's not my favorite of the trio. I like the original the most, but this one's still really good, and it smells just like that cereal, like that Captain Crunch scent that everyone uses, so it's a really good scent as well. The only problem I have with it is that these big foam balls here don't like to stay in the slime almost at all, so that can cause an issue. But other than that, it is a really good slime. I'm gonna give it 4.5 pajamas just because of those beads, but other than that, it is really nice. The next slime I'm reviewing doesn't have a label. I'm hoping it was just forgotten, you know, because me and bad luck. But anyways, it was like peanut butter chocolate Twinkie bread, I think, and this one was discounted as well for mixing, but it hasn't mixed all the way, which I'm super glad about, and it looks really pretty. So this slime had an interesting start to it. It was like really wet and slippery and kind of rubbery. It is getting a lot better than now that I'm messing with it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to play with this one, but it's getting a lot better. It has some weird like chunk add-ins that I'm not really sure what they are, but they're really interesting. It gives it a different texture, I would say, than just like a normal bread slime, and the scent is really good. It smells like chocolate and peanut butter. It smells really, really good, and even though part of it mixed, I still enjoyed the mixing that I was able to do. And yeah, so overall it is a pretty nice slime. It just needs to be warmed up a little bit, but for that I am going to give it a 5 out of 5 pajamas. The next slime is Banana Caramel Cupcake. I'm actually kind of obsessed with this slime. It's really interesting, like the texture. I was sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to figure out how to explain it. It's like if pudding and custard were like a slime texture. It feels like pudding, but it's like thicker and creamier. It's so interesting. I really, really like it. I think it's supposed to be classified as a clay slime, but it feels really nice. Like best clay slime I've ever touched, honestly. And I love the scent. It smells exactly like the name. It smells like bananas, it smells like caramel, and it smells like cupcakes. It's awesome. The female slices and the chocolate chunks are definitely what bring it together, along with that off-white color that it has. It's really beautiful, and I truly, truly love this slime. 5 out of 5 pajamas. The last slime for this review is Vanilla Bean Noel. I honestly can't decide if I like this one or the last one better, because I really enjoyed this one too. Now on the website, the name, like the full name that it had, was Vanilla Bean Noel Buttercream. I'm not sure if that meant it's a buttercream slime or if it's supposed to be Vanilla Bean Noel buttercream. I'm not sure. It smells like Vanilla Bean Noel and buttercream, so I'm kind of stuck between the two. I will classify it as a buttercream slime because I'm really not sure what to call it because it's like thick, but I think there might be like the smallest bit of clay and instant snow in there. It's really, really interesting. It feels really nice, really smooth, really creamy. It reminds me of the last one, so I'm not sure if it's the type of glue or add-ins or something. I am not sure, but anyways, the slime is beautiful nonetheless. It is adorable. I did have to activate it a good amount, but not too much, and I'm not really worried about it. And yeah, so it's just really nice. This one definitely deserves 5 out of 5 pajamas as well. But with that, that is the end of the review. And if you guys want to hear my final thoughts, just stick around. So, I will say that I think her website has definitely downgraded just because of all the things that they're popping up. It's so hard to navigate. She hasn't really fixed like the slimes, I guess. They're not really good pictures or videos. They kind of aren't really doing justice because they did not look this good on her website. So I think if she did better pictures, had better descriptions, and really just videoed them on Instagram especially, I think she would get a lot more sales from this because her slimes are actually improving a lot, and I really did enjoy each and every one of these, especially these two. Like, they were great. So I think she's definitely improving, but I think she has a lot to improve on still. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear it. And with that, I am signing off, so I'll see you guys in the next one.